Imagine working harder than ever, yet falling further behind. Your paycheck vanishes the moment it arrives, while the cost of living keeps climbing. No matter how much you budget or save, you're still stuck. You're not alone. The middle class is in crisis. In this video, I'll reveal what's keeping you trapped and, most importantly, how you can escape this cycle and start building the financial freedom you deserve before it's too late. Number 1. The rise of debt. Decades ago, a middle-class family could afford a home, a car, and a decent lifestyle on a single income. Today, even with 2 working adults, it's often not enough. So how do people make up the difference? They do so by using debts including credit cards, personal loans, student loans, or car loans. The financial system is designed to make borrowing easy, and before you know it, you're trapped. Think about it. If you're constantly paying off debt, your money isn't working for you. It's working for the banks, and they want it that way. Credit card interest rates are hitting record highs, with the average American now carrying over $100,000 in total debt. Rising interest rates are also making monthly payments more expensive, keeping people locked in a cycle where they're paying for past expenses rather than building future wealth. The middle class is now a debtor class, financing their lives instead of owning them. The key is to become intentional about debt. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt first, cut back on unnecessary purchases, and avoid lifestyle inflation. Start using the cash-only method for discretionary spending, and negotiate better interest rates on existing debts. If you can, focus on building an emergency fund, so you don't have to rely on credit when unexpected expenses arise. Number 2. Stagnant wages versus inflation. For years, the cost of living has been rising at a much faster pace than wages. In the last few decades, worker productivity has increased dramatically, but wages have barely budged. In fact, over the past decade, real wages, adjusted for inflation, have grown by less than 0.5% annually, while the cost of living has increased much faster. This means that while you are working harder than ever, you're not seeing more money in your pocket. Meanwhile, inflation is making everyday essentials more expensive. Be it groceries, gas, utilities, or healthcare, everything costs more, but your paycheck isn't keeping up. Even if you get a raise, inflation eats away at that increase, meaning you're effectively making less than you were a decade ago. The middle class is stuck in a financial squeeze, where their purchasing power continues to shrink year after year. The solution here is, instead of relying on a single paycheck, start building multiple income streams. Side hustles, freelance work, and passive income source are no longer luxuries but necessities. You can also invest in skills that increase your earning potential, such as coding, sales, or digital marketing. If your job isn't giving you raises, start applying for higher-paying positions or negotiate your salary based on industry standards. The goal is to make money work for you, not just work for money. Number 3. Homeownership is becoming impossible. For generations, owning a home was the key to building wealth in the middle class. But today, housing prices have skyrocketed to the point where many people are completely priced out. Corporate investors and hedge funds are buying up properties, driving up prices, and leaving fewer options for regular families. Median home prices in many metropolitan areas have surged over the past 3 years, and rents have followed a similar trajectory, and wages have not gone up. Even if you do manage to buy a home, property taxes, rising mortgage rates, and hidden costs make it increasingly difficult to afford. Meanwhile, rent is increasing just as fast, making it harder than ever for people to save for a down payment. The dream of homeownership is slipping away, replaced by a generation of renters with no assets to build wealth. If homeownership feels out of reach, look into house hacking, buying a duplex or triplex, and renting out units to help cover the mortgage. Alternatively, consider investing in REITs, real estate investment trusts, which allow you to earn from real estate without owning a home. The key is to invest in appreciating assets, whether it's real estate, stocks, or a business, rather than just saving cash, which loses value to inflation. Number 4. The cost of education is a financial trap. A college degree used to be a guaranteed path to financial success, but today, it's more of a financial burden. Tuition has increased by over 200% in the past few decades, and millions of students are forced to take on massive loans just to get an education. The result? A generation drowning in student debt before they've even started their careers. And the worst part, many degrees no longer lead to high-paying jobs. Instead, graduates enter the workforce struggling to make ends meet while making minimum payments on loans that barely decrease. Meanwhile, those without degrees often find themselves locked out of higher-paying opportunities, stuck in low-wage jobs with little room for financial growth. Before taking on student loans, explore trade schools, certifications, or high-income skills that don't require a degree. Many six-figure careers, such as coding, real estate, or digital marketing, don't require a traditional degree. If you already have student loans, look into refinancing for lower interest rates or loan forgiveness programs if you qualify. The goal is to maximize earning potential without accumulating unnecessary debt. Number 5, the disappearance of job security. Gone are the days when someone could work at one company for 30 years, receive steady raises, and retire with a pension. Today, companies prioritize profits over employees, cutting jobs without notice, replacing workers with automation, and outsourcing jobs to cheaper labor markets. The rise of contract work and the gig economy means fewer workers have benefits like health insurance and retirement plans. Job security has become a thing of the past, leaving many middle-class workers vulnerable to sudden financial hardship. One unexpected layoff can wipe out years of savings and push a family into financial ruin. The key is to never rely on one source of income. Keep upgrading your skills so you can pivot if your industry changes. Additionally, always have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in case of sudden job loss. Number 6, taxes favor the rich, not the middle class. The ultra-wealthy pay less in taxes because they use loopholes, deductions, and business structures to reduce what they owe. They use these tax strategies to grow their wealth. Meanwhile, the middle class gets taxed on every paycheck, paying a higher percentage of their income in taxes without the same opportunities for wealth building. The goal here is to start thinking like the wealthy. If you have a side hustle, turn it into a small business and write off expenses. Max out tax-advantaged accounts like 401k and Roth IRAs to reduce your taxable income. Take advantage of legal deductions and consider working with a tax professional who can help you optimize your tax strategy. Number 7, healthcare costs are draining middle-class wealth. The cost of healthcare in many countries, especially in the US, is astronomical. A single medical emergency can wipe out years of savings. Even those with insurance face high deductibles, co-pays, and surprise bills. Prescription medications, doctor visits, and hospital stays continue to rise in price, making healthcare one of the biggest financial burdens for the middle class. Unlike the wealthy, who can afford the best medical care without financial stress, the average middle-class worker is one medical crisis away from financial devastation. Look for high-deductible health plans with HSAs, health savings accounts, to reduce monthly premiums and save money tax-free for medical expenses. Also, negotiate medical bills. Hospitals often charge different prices for the same service, and many are willing to lower costs if you ask. Consider telemedicine options for lower-cost consultations, and if possible, look into employer-provided benefits to maximize coverage. Number 8, the retirement crisis is getting worse. Pensions are disappearing and Social Security is uncertain. Many middle-class workers don't have enough saved for retirement, and with rising living costs, even those who do save are finding that their retirement funds won't stretch as far as they thought. The traditional idea of retiring at 65 is becoming less realistic, with more people being forced to work longer just to afford basic necessities in old age. Start investing early, even if it's small amounts. Use tax-advantaged accounts like 401k, Roth IRAs, or HSAs to grow wealth over time. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. It's free money. Also, look into dividend stocks, real estate, and passive income streams that can provide financial security in retirement. The key is to start now, even if it's just a small step. If you're feeling stuck, know that you're not alone. The middle class is struggling, but you don't have to be another statistic. The key is to recognize the system for what it is and take action before it's too late. If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe for more insights on money, wealth building, and financial freedom. Drop a comment below and let me know, what's the biggest financial struggle you're facing right now? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.